Hello friends, today we are going to discuss the Indian monsoon. In this section, we will see the wind pressure belts spreads over the globe, and also we will try to understand the Coriolis force. To understand the monsoon, it is very important to understand the circulation of wind, and circulation of wind is depend on the wind pressure. So we will see through the map, and also the Coriolis force which was propounded by the Ferrel. We will see how the winds are deflecting to our Indian subcontinent. So let's see. The figure describes about the movement of air. The movement of air depends on the pressure created by the temperature. So we had shown from these rays, you can see the sun rays are coming directly on the 0 degree, and slightly it is differing from northern pole side and southern pole side. So suppose that we keep in mind that the sun rays are coming on 0 degree, then the temperature would be high. It is denoted by HT. This is high temperature. High temperature leads to heating of the air, and this heated air will become light. And when it will become light, then it will move to the upward. You can see from these green arrows. At the same time, when the air is moving towards the up, the temperature is decreasing by the normal lapse rate. It is approximately 165 meter, 1 degree Celsius temperature is decreasing. So according to this, the hot air will become cold while moving towards the upward. And at some time, what will happen? It will become heavy and not able to move upwards. So they move towards their horizontal direction. You can see the adjoining areas from 0 degree to 30 degree north and 30 degree south, they will start to become sitting over there. This led to the high pressure area. When the air will start sitting, then it will become high pressure area. When this vertically movement of air is there, there is a low pressure. So we had come to understand about the temperature is related with the air pressure. It led to two types of movement. One, vertical movement of air from upwards to downwards. And in the horizontal area where the area is becoming vacuum. Actually, it is not becoming vacuum. I am giving example. Suppose that if you are taking a mug of water from a tub, then a hole will not create. What will happen? From both the sides, the air, the water will come and make one level. So you can understand from all the sides, from the low pressure area, the air will start moving towards the 0 degree. Hence, you can see there is two types of movement. One, at a high temperature area, the air will move upward and create low pressure, and at the same time this area would be covered from the horizontal movement of air and filling that area. You can see this. Now the same things you can apply on northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Wherever there will be high temperature, there will be low pressure. Wherever there is a low temperature, there will be high pressure. High temperature, low pressure, low temperature, high pressure. Simultaneously on the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. One more example you can understand this thing. Suppose that you are picking one ball while traveling in a bus. I will request that you will not repeat this thing practically in moving bus. And when you take out your hand towards the window and throw the ball to the sky, whether the ball will come in your hand? No, the answer would be no, because the bus will move from that place, but the ball will remain on its place while dropping to the downward side. The same thing is happening when the air used to move into the right hand side, right angled, but little bit it is fluctuating in its right hand side in northern hemisphere and left hand side in southern hemisphere.